Hello everyone, I am here today with a tutorial that I have mentioned in a couple of my videos that I was going to do, and it is for your cover of your junk journal or journal. And I've never seen this done before. I just come up with this one day sitting around thinking of what I could do for different covers, and so if it has been done before, I've never seen it. But I want to share with you guys how I come up with this and the process in which to make it. But this is the cover, and as you can tell, it's been crocheted, and it's just a cardstock. This is the Prima cardstock, and you just punch your holes and then you just single crochet around it. And I just thought that was a really neat look, and I used this bright pink so you can see better on camera what I was doing. And I'm actually going to show you how to do it and the measurements that I used. And I'm sorry if you guys can hear my husband out there, he's cutting grass. And I just put some flowers in the corner. So that is the new cover that I really like this, and there's so much that could be done. You could actually go back around, which I might do another one that way. I run out of this yarn. This is 100% cotton yarn is what I use, and I run out of this color, but you could go back around and crochet and make ruffles. I think that would be really pretty to make a ruffled edge, and which I plan on doing in one of my journals coming up. Also, you can put like a fabric doily, like crochet doily, instead of like a paper doily. You could put that on there, which this is actually going on this journal, and that just gives it more texture. And then I'm going to put a flower that I've been working on, some flowers that I've made with some lace, and then these little flowers on top. And I think I'm going to do a short little tutorial on those also. But I want to show you guys how to make this cover if you're interested. And excuse me, if you can't crochet, you can, and you want to do this, you can watch like a tutorial on how to, like, beginners crocheting, and because all you're doing is a slip stitch and chain and then your single crochet, and that's your basics when it comes to crocheting. I've been crocheting since I was 10 years old. My mom taught me to crochet, and I made my first afghan for my grandmother at 10. So I've been doing it for a while, but I actually have quit. I hadn't been crocheting for a little while, and I got all my stuff back out and started crocheting little flowers for my journals. And I decided to do this. So that's actually where the idea come from, was when I was making flowers for my journal. But I have some of the yarn here, and this is, you know, the variegated yarn, and it is 100% cotton, so that's the kind you want. I don't like the old fluffy stuff. I don't like the way it feels. And this is a nice clean edge. So you're going to need that, and you're going to need a crochet hook. I am using the H or the number 8, whichever. You could probably use a G, but I wouldn't go higher. I wouldn't use an I. Even with the H, you still have to have a regular hole punch for the needle to get through it. So, as you can see, of course, you're only using this part, but still, you know, when you get bigger with your hook, of course, then this gets fatter. So I would stick with an H, and like I said, you could even do a G if you wanted to do smaller. And you could even go down and use, which I don't think I have any right here, but you could go down a few sizes and use crochet, doily crochet thread and stuff. What am I thinking of? You know, like this type. I can't find anywhere I'd show you. But you use the doily thread instead of just the crochet yarn. Of course, it's all crochet, but you know what I'm saying. And it's smaller, and so you could make it a lot smaller than this even. And then you could add ruffles, ripples, whatever you want. You could do like the variegated, anything you want from there. You can use lace. I even thought about doing one with a lace trim and just crocheting my lace through it. You know, if you have a flat lace, you couldn't use a ruffled lace, but you could use a flat lace and just crochet. Another thing you could do with this, before I tell you how to do it, is with these holes that's left, if you don't like that, you could even weave in and out. you know, a smaller lace or some type of a fabric to just cover up those holes if you don't like that. I like it because it shows that it's been crocheted and you can see all the stitches. So I just think it's really neat, something different. And this is not finished. I've got a lot to do with this. I've got to put on my fabric and lace and embellishments, and I'm going to fill it up. So, and eventually that will be in my shop. But we're going to start on this, and I will show you. I've already got a piece cut here. You're just going to take a piece of your cardstock, and of course you're going to measure the size of your journal cover that you want. And this one was let's see, was it 9.5 by, yeah, this was 9.5 by 8 is what this was. And of course it's a little bigger now because of the edges. So you're going to cut your, you know, your cardstock out the size you want. And then after you get that done, you're going to sit your cardstock down. Use this one. And what I did was I took a ruler, and I'm not one for measuring, but I felt like I really needed to for this. But I just took a ruler, make sure you're running, okay? And then I went around and I marked every 1/2 inch. So I would just, which I'm not straight, I'm trying to do, okay. So I would just mark like here and here, and just go all the way around and mark every 1/2 inch. Because that's where I put my holes. That's where I poked my holes, or punched my holes. And so you just go around. Now when you get around here, you're going to notice that the 1/2 inch is here, and you've already got that mark there. And so you just go around and mark it like that. Whoops, not there. Every 1/2 inch. Do as I say, not as I do. That's what I always told my kids. So don't do what I'm doing. And so there again, it's marked at the 1/2 inch, and you're just going to continue, okay, all the way around. Now, after you mark your marks, which I know you probably can't see that. There you go. I just marked them. We don't want to go, I'm hoping you can see this, okay, guys. The mark's way up here, but you're going to come down here to make your hole. You want to keep it at the edge, but not all the way to the edge. And what I did with my journal cover first, which you can't see it, but I took it, let me show you on here, and I just sewed a straight stitch all the way around it. And that helped kind of support the tug and stuff you're going to do on this paper, because you're going to be pulling yarn in and out, in and out. So I went ahead and run a stitch all the way up through here, all the way around it. And then I crocheted. So you would want to take this and sew around it, and then you could go back and crochet. So when you're making your holes, which I can't really show you with this, but you're going to want to put it, well, let me show you. I put the edge to the bottom there, like that. So see, you've got, see how far my mark is up? I hope this is making sense. But you want this edge because you have to have something thick enough to grab a hold of. You don't want to come up too close to the edge because it's going to be so thin it would tear. I hope that makes sense. It's because you're going to have your sewn edge here, which is going to make this more stable. And then you're going to leave about, I don't know what that is, 1/4 of an inch maybe. Yeah, so leave about 1/4 or 1/8 of an inch. Well, probably 1/4 of an inch. And then that way you've got this thickness here. So when you're pulling in and out, it's not going to rip. Okay? Hope that makes sense. So you're going to go all the way around, and you're going to try to be even with every punch, because you want your crochet to line up evenly. So just keep it, you know, as you're punching it, you know where to punch it this way. Try to eyeball it and keep it even this way. And I'm sure there's other ways to measure it, but I don't measure anything, so, you know, I don't know why I measured this, but I needed to pretty much, you know, make sure they were even around. So it's 1/2 an inch all the way around. It's what I did. You don't want to go closer, because if you do, and if you can see, if you go any closer, your paper's going to get thinner, and it's not going to hold. So stay 1/2 an inch apart. Okay, I'm hoping that makes sense. This here, I've already cut out. I've already punched all the holes, and you round your corners, and I used a smaller the smaller corner rounder. I don't know what size it is. It doesn't say. But there's a larger one. So I'll show you the difference. There's the larger one, and I used the smaller one. I don't think it's going to matter, but you might even be better off with the larger one. But you want that corner, so when you're crocheting, that's going to go around and lay on that corner, because you have to crochet around it. Okay, that makes sense. Because if you leave this sharp edge, which I did in trying to make this to begin with, that corner is going to stick right out of your yarn. Okay, so we're going to use this. I'm hoping that I'm making sense to you guys. I've never really done a tutorial before that was, you know, my idea of something, trying to share it with somebody else. So I hope that I'm making sense. And if not, just leave a comment below and ask me. I will be more than happy to answer any questions you guys have. And here's the same cardstock that I used for the journal. And it's Prima, so you guys know, if you know Prima, it's thick cardstock. And you want a heavyweight cardstock. For one, it's your cover, and two, you're going to be crocheting. Now, you can also take 2 pieces of cardstock, sew them together, and then crochet. So, because I do, a lot of times I'll make my covers with 2 pieces of cardstock. So you can also do that, as long as you've got something really sturdy. And so you're going to start, it doesn't really matter, but you're going to start at the edge, or at the corner, and you're just going to slip stitch into that. And I'm going to tell you right now, mine can't, I'm trying to make sure that I'm in view here and trying to crochet at the same time. You know, when we crochet, you know, we hold our yarn like this, it's not going to work. I tried and tried, because you're going to have to keep this pulled taut, because you don't want it, you know, anything that's loose through here. You want it nice and tight. Okay, so in the first one, we're going to do 2. Well, we did our slip stitch, and then we did a single crochet, and we're going to do another one. So that puts 3 in that corner, because when we go around, we're going to have 3 in the corners. And then we're going to go to the next hole and do a single crochet. Bear with me, guys. I've got to find a different way to film for you guys, instead of working around a tripod. Okay, so now there's 2 in that one, and then we're going to go to the next one, and you're just doing a single crochet. That's all you're doing. But you want to keep this tight, and it's kind of fiddly. This is not hard. If you can crochet, you've got this, but it's kind of fiddly, because you're trying to hold this really tight here, and then you're trying to work in and out of this thick cardstock. And of course, you have to loop it over and pull it through, and you don't want to lose that tightness there. So if you can see how that's turning out, and that's so pretty. I love it. Okay, so 2 in each hole of just single crochet, and then when you get to the corner, you're going to do 3. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And so you're just going to do that all the way around. When you get to the end, all you're going to do is you'll do your 2, well, you do your 3 in your corner, and then you're going to do 2 single crochets, then you're going to slip stitch into this, and then you'll just tie it off. Okay, I hope you guys understand that. I hope that makes sense, because I'd really like to see you guys make some of these. They are so cool. I really like them. They just give that really nice feminine touch. It's just a matter of getting your, what do you call it? Tension, I guess, is pretty much what it is. It's your tension. You want to make sure it's all right, not even, all the way across. Otherwise, you're going to have loose pieces. It's just like crocheting a doily or anything. Make it an Afghan, whatever. You want to keep it all even, you know, as much as possible. So, if you guys have any questions, like I said, just leave them below so I can maybe help you better, or maybe even redo this video. And if you do mess up, I'll tell you right now, if it's too loose, just, of course this isn't, but I'm just showing you, just go back and take it out and start over. You're better off to start over than to make it one piece loose and it not look good. So just keep doing your single crochet all the way around there. Okay, now I want to show you something that I did, and I wanted to leave it so I could show you guys, because this is easily done. But when I was cutting my, or punching my holes out, and I was over here, if you can see this, I started going up, and so they got crooked on me. So what I did was I went in and put the eye reinforcement labels, these here. Okay, I put these on here. Now I just took some distress ink and made it pink. And of course I know you can still see it, but it's going to be covered anyway, because there will be, I'll use this to show you, there'll be a pocket here. So you're not going to see that. But if you do make a mistake, go ahead and put one of these reinforcement holes on here and repunch your hole. And put it on front and back, because you want to make sure that it's, you know, covered and stable. You can always put trim, flowers, lace, ribbon, fabric, whatever you want here, you know, to cover it up. But go ahead and reinforce that, and then, you know, repunch your hole to make it right, because you'd rather it be even than uneven. And I mean, I was, you know, all the way to here. I was that close, guys, that close to being finished, and I went crooked. So that's what happens when you're trying to watch YouTube. And I'm going to blame it on Patricia, because I was watching Patricia's new video today, and I looked over and went crooked, so it's all her fault. So there you go. But anyway, if you do mess up, just use those, and then you can cover it right up. And you can put, I will show you this, and I'm so upset with these guys. I really am so disappointed in this purchase, but I ordered bingo cards on Etsy. I will not say who I ordered it from, because I buy from the shop, and I don't give anybody bad ratings at all. I just won't rate them. But anyway, these are not bingo cards. This is not even paper. It is so thin. So I went back and looked to make sure that I had read it right, and it said bingo cards. And it's paper. But, you know, we're going to make do. I love these things. They are pink, and they are awesome. But if anybody knows where to actually buy bingo cards, it's like a thick cardstock, let me know, because I want some. And like I said, this is just flimsy paper. This is thinner than actual designer paper. I mean, it's just, yeah. So what I'm going to do is back this on cardstock, or back cardstock on it, I should say, and make it thick so I can make a pocket, because I think that would be a really cute pocket right there. And I'm out of frame, sorry. I think that'd be a really cute pocket. And of course, like I said, I have to add my tabs and my fabric, my lace, and all my ephemera and goodies. But I just think that'd be really cute. And of course, you can't use this without backing it on something. So, but you're not going to see the reinforcement holes down here at all. And that was actually the point I was getting at. But I love these. I was so excited, and then they're just so thin. But I'm just going to back them on some cardstock and not worry about it. I didn't contact the owner or nothing, because, you know, I don't care. I like them. But I would like to have some that's, you know, the thick cards. So if you guys know of any place I can get them, let me know. I do not give bad, you know, ratings, or not ratings, what do you call it, reviews on Etsy. Somebody would really have to do something bad for me to do that. I just don't think, sometimes that's just crazy. But anyway, that's not even what this video is about. But I hope you guys understand through all of that what I'm talking about here. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to do a little tutorial, I think, on these little flowers that I'm making. If you're interested, I think they're really cute. And I'll just go over a quick little process of how to make those. If you're interested, I might do that next couple days. I'm getting ready to work on another journal. After I finish this one, I'm going to start on a design team project. So, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't have you all over the place. If you have any questions, please leave them below. Thank you for watching. If you've not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. Have a blessed day. Bye.